Alright, so another one last second edition. I realized I forgot to mention specifically how on my centipede chain how the bodies actually get their new state. So in the movement, in the finite state machine, you'll see these little lines. Update body with new state, which is a command explicitly to the head. And he says, if I have a body in my chain, update this body. And then he'll call the next body in the chain and pass this. It's another recursive call. So every time he updates, he does a recursive call to pass the update. And anytime he swaps his state, he does a recursive call to swap his state. And they'll all change down the line. This helps keeps everyone in line of just basically everyone is mimicking what the one in front of them did, with the exception of the head. The head keeps dictating what the lead guy is. So it's just two recursive functions. One to move to the next frame, which is just they all do that. Bodies technically do that, which is really just walking through here, which is dirt cheap of a command. But finding the next state is something only the head does. And if he has a body, he'll then pass his new results down to the body, who then will pass it down in the chain. So you have just these two recursive calls. And then I didn't fully talk about how my strings worked either. So in my heads-up display manager, game management, heads-up display manager, heads-up display manager. So you saw this mess of a ton of strings being created. That is a separate object I built called heads-up display string. So it's just a intermediary object that holds a bunch of strings, and it's always the size of max size of strings, just for the sake of making it easy. There's always going to be the largest one. If I start it up real quick, the largest one currently is actually this guy at the center. If it would finish building, come on, that guy. The bonus every 12,000. He's the largest one, so he dictates the size of everyone else. Just kind of a little inefficient, but it works really well. Or not, it's reliable. Then I just have a series of utility functions for set score, set lives, set text, add one character, another form of add one character, remove one character, clear the whole string. It's just a series of utility functions, so I can interact with these based on their data type in a more less stringy fashion. Like specifically like heads up to string, being able to set him equal to a score helps a lot. Again, they're all created here, and then there's a series of functions in here to edit them. Edit player one score, which is all stuff. So like edit player one score, which then just does player one score dot set score, the new score, which that is called by again the player manager, who's just a really fancy strategy pattern. Player one will call this function heads up display update player one score, and you see this function again. If it is the high score, update the high score display.